How are you feeling conditioning-wise out there?
I feel good. Coach always pushed me in practice, and if someone goes down or something happens, we practice like it's a game, and each and every day I'm ready to go in there, and what we do in practice really pushes me and helps me to get prepared for games.
Duncan, how's this team better defensively? It seems like you guys keep up in the ante a little bit there.
Just our effort level, I think, and our focus on that end has been huge over these last couple games, and seeing that success and having some success, watching the opponent's field goal percentage go down is encouraging. So we want to continue to build off of that.
You flipped the switch from 4 for 5 today. How do you feel about the rebound performance today?
I feel good. Fortunate to have some shots go in.
They say sometimes you have to get used to new rims. Obviously, you got used to these in a hurry. You had the big lead. What was it like to get to that lead, and what was it like to play in this building?
Incredible building, first and foremost. Unbelievable venue, and fortunately made some shots early in the game and kind of built some momentum, but mostly off of our defense. We were able to get stops and get out and go.
John, when did you know you were going to get the start, and any change in mindset at all?
I knew this morning when Coach told me. My mindset didn't change, just go in there and help the team win.
John, it seemed like Mo was pretty vocal with you, giving you tips throughout the game. I guess what is he like as a mentor to you, and how did that prepare you for today?
He helps me a lot. Each and every day he's always talking to me, helping me improve my game. And definitely when he's on the bench and he sees some things that sometimes I don't see on the court, he's always by my side and always helping me. So it's great to have a teammate like that.
Duncan, Xavier Simpson found you in the extra pass a couple times today. What have you seen from him as far as a distributor in recent games?
He's grown a lot. I think he's just getting more and more comfortable out there. And obviously he brings so much defensively for us. He's so tough on that end. But I think you guys have really seen his game grow on the offensive end more and more. So, we see it a lot in practice, but it's great that he's starting to experience a lot of success in these games.
Anything else for the guys? Okay, guys. Questions for Coach Beilein?
Coach, talk about the defensive effort again. It seems like you continue to grow in that area.
Yeah, we are. It was an interesting couple of days. I go back that we didn't know whether John or Mo was going to be able to play. We had unfortunately Charles's grandmother passed away, and we flew him back into Chicago, and he got here about a half an hour before the game started. And Duncan had laryngitis. And yesterday, trying to call ball screen coverage when you can't talk was hilarious. Nobody knew what was going on. And so I'm really proud of these guys, the way they came out and defended, knowing that all of a sudden Mo's not there. Can Duncan talk today? And is Charles going to be there? And so we're growing. We understand it can really help us to get out in a fast break, which is improving as well, that we're finding open guys. Xavier and Eli are really doing a great job of not taking that extra dribble like they were earlier in the year and seeing the open man.
John, what did it mean to you to play against and coach against Bakari Alexander?
Yeah, I don't like coaching against any of my, fortunately, and we're so blessed. Get a big tree out there now. I don't want to coach against any of them at any time. It's really hard in that. I was trying to prepare, say, well, what is he going to do and how they're going to counter and things like that. I think we have a pretty good big package that I don't know. It's not as important what he knows. It's what he can get his team to know, and hopefully they can't get it all together during that time. So I'm uncomfortable with it. But it was for the greater good of college basketball in this area to play in this arena, win or lose. It was going to be worth it.
So, John, what was that like to play in this arena for you?
Well, we just got here a little bit. I am one of those guys that what's 94-50 is what I was doing. When we were in the semifinals of the Final Four, I never looked up one time. I just what's on the court. A little bit of too much focus. But I did take a tour earlier in the year, and I'll probably take a look around now. When I saw the tour, I said, this is the most fabulous building in the world right now for indoor sports. And I'm just so proud. We're proud to be a part of it today. I want to be proud of it in the future. It's a great venue.
Coach, what does it mean to you to have your former assistants such as Coach Alexander be able to have the opportunity to become head coaches themselves?
Well, we're very fortunate. I think I lose count. There's 6 or 7 head coaches now that were my former assistants in Division I. Now, Division II and Division III, there's more of them. So I'm very proud of those guys, and I keep up with all of them and root for them all the time. So, yeah, I'm just very proud of all those guys and how they continue to grow their program. But it is busy some Sunday mornings. But I have all their websites on my computer, and I see. I don't know how they did that week, but I can usually find out where they are every Sunday.
Coach, what do you think of your big men stepping in for?
We've seen this in practice. They're growing. They're getting better. They just need game experience right now. So Mo being out, and we'll take a look. We're not going to push him back and try and get him back too early. But I'm comfortable with those 2 guys just learning how to play, in games like this. So we have another game Thursday where we'll work with rehab with them. But I love Austin and John. They're trying to get better every day. And the college game is quick for them, and their bodies aren't ready as good as they're going to be in a couple of years. And a couple more inches of vertical jump, a little bit more speed. Just watch what happens.
John, where's Jerron Simmons in the mix as far as getting him back into?
Yeah, we love Jerron. He's been a great team guy, but he's got to continue to. This is not about what you did last year, right? This is what you're going to do now. And the first couple months of practice, he's a good player, but he's got to outplay those other guys, and he hasn't. And so, but I wouldn't turn if we had foul trouble or hopefully not an injury, then he's there. But I think he's better than he's played right now, and we got to get that out of him. That's my job.
And seeing Duncan shoot such a high percentage in that first half, how tough are you guys offensively when he's going?
Yeah, it makes a big difference for us when he can do that. So and I see it in practice. He hasn't had an off day in practice yet. He just had 4 or 5 games that were very untypical and not typical of him. And as I always say, he'll go back to the norm. He's 42% last year. He was 42% before. He'll get back to 38, 39, 40%. Off the bad start may affect it now, but if we get into games, but what people wouldn't realize is that he gives us so much more space on the floor that people haven't left him for 3 years now, and as a result, it gives Charles all those alley drives by Charles. Who's in the right corner? It's Duncan. So he's got complete side, no gap. He can carry his dribble longer and get his body in people because there's no gap over there.
I think X is your leading 3-point shooter now. Just talk about how far.
Isn't that something?
How far
he deserves it. He's another one of these guys that you worry about him because he spends so much time getting extra shots up. So really proud of him. Yes, sir.
I just wonder, when you get into that ridiculously large lead, 50 to 17, does it affect your own team's focus?
Well, I don't think that I'd be lying to say we're going to go out and let's beat them by 35 again in the second half, right? I expected this is. I don't know how many have been in like that, but you don't expect that type of change. Your team, they're gonna be able to make some plays, and you're not going to make some plays. We really played well in the first half, and they really played poorly. They had so many turnovers; it just changed the game. I didn't expect them to turn over like that in the second half, and I didn't expect us to shoot the way we did in the second half.
Coach Xavier Simpson's now had double figures in 3 of his last 4 games. What do you think has changed for him to establish that?
I think that he's trying to do less. He's doing more. That both he and Eli, Jerron were always taking extra dribbles. Like they still need to score to make their team win. I want them to look to score. Don't get that wrong. But they got to hit the open man quicker. So he has 7 assists and 0 turnovers today. That hasn't happened too much, and he's played some minutes before. He's really taken care of the ball. And here's the biggest stat: he's got 0 personal fouls today. Right? That has been, putting teams in the 1-on-1, putting in double bonus. That's been an albatross that's been around his neck the whole time. That is really has kept him from really being a better player. So he can guard without fouling, and he did today. He did a great job.
Time for a couple more.
John, what's Jordan Poole's next step? It seems like there's a little bit of progress off the ball, but obviously his bucket getting is hard to.
Yeah, he is why he's out there. I just think he's grown as a young man. He comes in like a lot of 18-year-olds, and he's trying to figure out, what's really important to winning. And as he figures that out more, you can see he's got a lot of talent there. He's not, he's not fast and he's not athletic as you would think, but he's like the shiftiest kid I've ever seen. He can just change gears, and it makes him, appear really athletic. and but he's learning how to play. I think he's a better passer than his stats will show, and I'm going to get that out of him because I would love to put him in the ball screen for more than just shoot, because I think he can make those passes. But he's a great, he reminds me a lot of Mo when Mo was a freshman, and you could see flashes, but you didn't see it all the time.
Coach, obviously Tessie can't do everything Mo can do offensively. How did the offense have to change?
Well, we weren't going to do much pick and pop today. Although he can shoot it, but he's not like Mo. We were really going to try to get a downhill. He probably as a passer, he's probably as good as anybody we have. He sees well, so we were trying to hit him when we could, but we didn't need to do a lot to punch it into him today. We got so many transition baskets.
Thank you, Coach.
Do you have estimates on Mo's return?
I don't. We thought. I think that I was optimistic that because he did do some of the drills the other day when before the game, just wanted to test it, and but he really felt really uncomfortable, and so when with this morning, he just or last night we met this morning. He said, I just don't. I saw again this morning. I said, okay, you're not going to go. We'll take our time. We will not rush it back. We will not rush it back. We want him to be 100% if we can before we get him back on the floor. And I hope that's not too long. All right, thanks everyone.